Welcome to today's video. I'm going to be going over my Dexa Scan results from over a year ago to now. But in reality, I'm going to say this, the results did not take me over a year to achieve, just because one, when the last time I had my results, COVID hit, people weren't really training for months. I think I started training about 4 to 6 months after COVID hit and everything got shut down, while the rest of the US population was not working out, at least not in their respective gyms. And then I was consistent with my workout. I got into a relationship and my working out consistency was not what it was until, unfortunately, the breakup, which allowed me to focus more on my training and my eating because I had to spend less time with somebody and worry about them. So in reality, I want to say the results came from the last 6 months. I want to say we're gonna keep it at a strong last 6 months because that's when I moved into my new place and consistently started working out with an actual program, eating properly, how I'm supposed to every single day. And my cousin, who also trains with me and is also my roommate, achieved relatively the same results, but we're not gonna be going over his results, we're gonna be going over mine. Another thing is, the reason I got a lot of these results is because I did start taking hormone replacement therapy roughly around the same time that I moved into this apartment, which was about 6 months ago, being on HRT or TRT, if you will. Let's get started. I have all the results pulled up on my laptop, so I made a whole spreadsheet right here. So I'm just gonna be reading off of what these things are. And I'm mainly just gonna be going over the muscle differences, as in how much muscle I gained in each body part, all right? So just keep that in mind. I'm not gonna be going over body fat or how much fat I had in this area, that area. Now, I'm gonna be going over how much muscle I have built. So let's get this started with the first ever Dexa scan that I ever took, which was back in 2016. All right, this is August 15 of 2016. My total lean mass from 5 years ago was 121 pounds. Now, this is not what I started. I started working out back when I weighed 115 pounds, give or take 5 pounds. And that's with fat included, just everything. That's how much I weighed overall. Like, I graduated high school with 115 pounds, and that was back in 2013. Yeah, so long ago. So, but I was working out at this time, but not until I actually graduated high school. Anyways, back to this. I started off with my first ever Dexa scan at 121 lean muscle mass, according to the Dexa scan. Now, my arm total was 17.1 pounds. Each one weighed 8.5 pounds. My leg total was 43.4 pounds. Each leg weighing about 22 pounds. Well, my right leg was weighing 21. My left leg was 22. Now, my trunk, android, and gynoid. I have mixed ideologies of which one of these are, but I believe my trunk is relatively my chest and my back. And this started off at 53.7. My android, which is, I believe is my abdominal area and lower, 8.4. And my gynoid, which is like my thighs and abdomen mixed together, I believe. Could be wrong on that, but I'm really focused on these areas, but I'm just saying in case people are. Again, started at 17.9. Now, my last Dexa scan before this previous one was back in March 16th of 2020, literally right before COVID hit, or at least right before things started to shut down in the US. So I weighed in at 128.8 lean muscle mass. 128.8. That is what? A little over 7 pounds of a difference in the course of what, 4 years. Now, in this last 4 years, my training has been up in the air, still learning a lot of things. Nutrition can definitely tell you that was not what it is now. It's not as focused as it is now. It is not as, I'm not gonna say it's the best, but it has change dramatically just because I am eating the exact same thing every single day and just focused on it. Back then, it was just like, we focus on it, stuff happens, blah, blah. Didn't know what I was doing, but here we are. So, my arm total was 18 pounds. Each arm weighed 9 pounds. So, compared to my first ever Dexa scan, I gained about 0.5 pounds in each arm, which really is not a lot in the 4 years. Now, my leg total was 47.8. My legs did grow. I never really had an issue with growing my legs, but I feel like in the course of how long I've been training, I definitely should have gained a lot more muscle. I definitely should be a lot more muscular for how long I've been training. But again, been very oblivious to how to train properly. Like eating habits, nutrition, everything just plays a whole huge part into it. So my right leg weighed in at 23.9. My left leg weighed in at 23.9. So they're about the same. Actually, they're the same. We're not going to focus on the trunk, but I'm going to actually know the trunk is actually a very significant thing with my current results. So we're going to say it is 56 pounds. Now, first effort Dexa scan was 53.7. Let's go on to the next one. So, like I said, the last 6 months, I've been on HRT, TRT, whatever you want to call it, eating properly, training 2 days on, 1 day off, and making sure I'm taking the most out of my training, all right? Now, the results were very dumbfounded. Like, I definitely saw my body change very quickly and very rapidly. I wanted to see them in paper, how much it definitely changed. So, my arm total went from 18 pounds to 19.4. I gained a total of almost a pound and a half in both my arms. My right arm weighed in at 9.9, almost 10 pounds. My left arm weighed in at 9.5. Kind of sucks that they're a little imbalanced, but this arm my left arm looks like it's bigger than my right arm. I don't understand how that works, even though more muscle is on my right arm. But it is what it is. Now my leg total was 48.7. So I only gained just shy of a pound in 6 months. This training protocol that I've been on, I feel like I haven't really been focused on my leg training. Just didn't feel like it was optimal for me. I remember last year when I got a Dexa scan about a month and a half, 2 months apart, I gained about a pound of muscle in a very short period of time, which that seemed more realistic. Now this, just only gaining, shy of a pound in the last 6 months. I knew my leg training was not meant for me, so I definitely changed it going forward. Definitely a focus. It is a secondary focus of my training. Not the main focus, secondary focus, but I am putting a lot more work on my legs than the previous program that I was on. Just because I feel like it wasn't really doing much for me when training legs. What's next? My right leg was 24.1. My left leg was 24.6. Left leg is a lot bigger than my right leg, not by much. Now my trunk. My trunk grew tremendously in that way. And like I said, this is primarily your chest and your back. From my understanding, I could be completely wrong, but it had the most growth, which is 65.3. I put on almost 10 pounds strictly on my trunk. Now I can definitely say this was more of my back. If it is your back, more on my back than my chest, just because my back got wider. It is noticeable when you look at pictures from before and after. Like, wow, my back got ripped. Android, if you want to focus on that, I got 10.1. My gynoid, 23.9. Not really sure what these are exactly, but I don't really care. So we're gonna stick to that. So hopefully I should have put the results somewhere on the screen. But like I'm saying, I've definitely put on a good amount of size in the last 6 months relatively to the last almost 2 years, because in March it will be 2 years. Wow. But honestly, all this work has been in the last 6 months. Now, my cousin, my roommate who has been training with me for the last 6 months. His results are almost identical to mine. We've been training the exact same. The only difference is the weight. I am definitely stronger than he is, and he has gone pretty close to being as strong as me on some of the exercises. But he's also getting newbie gains, and I'm pushing him a lot further than he pushes himself, just because he's training with me. I can see his intensity when he's working out, and I can direct him on, hey, you need better range of motion, you need to go lighter on weight, this and that, you need to go heavier, you can do this. And I've definitely done a lot of those things, because sometimes he doesn't realize that he's a lot stronger than he really is when I see the movements that he's doing. But yeah, so those are my results for my Dexa scan. In the next 3 months, I will be getting another Dexa scan. Like I said, my main focus for the next 3 months is my arms and then my legs. My arms meaning my biceps and my triceps, shoulders and forearms, but mainly biceps and triceps. Then a secondary whatever. The second thing I'm focusing on is my legs. My legs gotta grow. I want them to grow. I need them to grow. That is the focus for this next 3 months. And yeah, like I'm just seeing the numbers in real life and not just looking at pictures. It's just gives me so much more satisfaction. And I got the Dexa scan here in Columbus. I've had Dexa scans in LA. It varies a few pounds here and there, but I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Honestly, I don't know what else to say other than don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Keep watching these videos on what I'm doing over the next 3 months and how I'm training, how intense I'm training, what I'm training, how I'm training, what I'm eating, which is going to be the same exact thing almost every single day. So that may not be as interesting. And just join me in this. My goal for the next 3 months is to put on 1 pound on each arm. Is that going to happen? I don't know. But then again, I am also taking HRT, TRT. So hopefully that is going to help me in the long run build more muscle. Yeah.